Hi guys, happy Sunday with Satan. So, alright, right back into the children of Cain. So, it gets even better. As I read, it's even better. So I love it. Alright, so Ronald Chalky, I don't know why they call him Chalky. Ronald Chalky White, who had actually served in the Royal Air Force during the war, had got his nickname because he was an art teacher. Okay. Answered my own question right there. So according to a letter from Robert Cochrane to Bill Gray, Winter, as an old country witch, had been inducted into an old coven in Norfolk before they met by a couple called William and Mary, quote, quote, quote. So George Stannard himself claimed that he had been taught traditional witchcraft lore by an old gypsy woman in Norfolk called Mrs. Winter. That would be amazing. It would. So, and he had adopted her name. So despite this apparent rural background, Stannard was also described as very sophisticated and astute by someone who met him in the late 1960s. So he had also fought in the Second World War, and had been a member of the British Expeditionary Force, evacuated from the beaches of Dunkirk in 1940. So the new group founded by Ronald White and George Stannard in 1966 was called the Regency. Very different. Very different. So, in its mission statement, Ronald White described it as a religious society with a central belief in a goddess as the mother and creatrix of all things. So that's really, really straying far away from actual traditional craft. So, she represented the stable feminine principle, while the gods, who are her emanations, were the active male principle. So it goes on to say that the group is called the Regency because at present, none of the living members are of sufficient spiritual stature to speak with the authority of the great religious leaders of the past. Okay. Now it added that Arthur still sleeps in Avalon, but that he was expected to return. Okay, that sounds biblical. Very. So Arthur was the name given to one of the aspects of the god in the Regency as the Lord of the Dead. Different. Who ruled the waning year. So I think we're in the waning year, right? Yeah. Getting close to Samhain. So the idea was that each person in the group would be their own regent in relation to their personal relationship with the gods. So it's also that there had been a man of outstanding quality who, before his early death, was able to point our way. Robert Cochrane? I think so. Now, the group called itself by its name in preparation for someone greater to take up our present tasks, unquote. This was obviously a reference to Robert Cochrane and also to his teenage son, who the group hoped would take up the role of his successor when he reached adulthood. What do you guys think? Do you guys think his son took up the Regency? As it turned out, he was not interested in following in his father's path. Sadly, but that's alright, that's cool. The Regency consisted of an inner circle made up of people who had mostly been members of, or were associated with the old coven founded by Robert Cochrane. Now, these members attended special rites. Everything is blowing up. I can't take it. By private invitation only. Now, in practice, this inner circle was actually operating like a traditional coven, which I really, really, really appreciate that. Like, really. So, a few days before each of the seasonal festivals of this group, comprising a committee of 6, met privately. Now, the purpose of this meet was to meditate on the action roles, settings, and props needed for the coming celebration. Which I like. The group had no titular head, as in the interview with Man, Myth, and Magic. Ronald White said the Regency has no dogma, no creed, and no leaders, which it's kind of good. I mean, yeah, sure, why not? However, it has been claimed that in the late 1960s, its inner circle still retained the traditional roles of officers from the Old Coven, such as the Magister, Maid, and Summoner, which I like. I like that. I like the old way of doing everything. It's just, it just gives you that. It feeds your soul. It really does. So, although the Regency was a new venture, and was designed to appeal to a wider range of people than the Old Coven, including Wiccans and Neo-Pagans, White was at great pains to point out that the roots of its beliefs were ancient. Okay, so why would he be at great pains to point out that the roots were actually ancient? Why? So again, this was a less than coded reference back to the original Cochrane group and his tradition. Okay, maybe, I don't know, maybe he thought, well, this just, isn't the same without Robert. Could have been. So he said that the new group believed that that pagan beliefs and customs have a permanent relevance for humanity, and evidence of this was provided by their worldwide survival. That makes sense. I mean, yeah, I really gotta stop downing Wicca. I mean, if it works for people, it works. So this book is teaching me a lot, especially with historical witch cults and everything that is dated back to prehistoric and then to the written word. Now, the Regency believed that while humanity had a collective psyche, there was also regional differences based on that belief, and that's exactly what I am wanting. I wanted to know why. Why is everything so different? If you go all around Britain, London, in Cornwall, it's completely different if you go like 30 miles away. So, let's see, where else do we have? We have Cornwall, we have Norfolk, Yorkshire. All these places completely different because it's regional. So, these required different forms of expression that were suited to variations in climate, environmental, and inherited ancestral pattern. So that does make sense. So you, like, for me, for instance, if I wanted to, start a coven, a traditional coven, I could. No, I couldn't. A group of people that study and, we'd study together and just talk amongst ourselves. Sense of my location, I could actually say Buka in wood. So that's very, Buka. Really, the old horny old devil. So of the old god. So, because the founders of the group and presumably the future membership were British, they would practice and promote the ideas, beliefs, and ceremonies found among the indigenous people, their population, of these islands. So this part of the mission reflected the ethos of many other neo-pagan groups and witch covens of the time. So, that's a lot to chew on, isn't it? So, while also conceded that even within the British Isles, there were regional variations in bag and ceremony. I don't know why I wrote that. How I wrote that. In pagan ceremony, not baggin'. And belief. See, he also noted that the Christian Church had absorbed much of this, although some had resisted the erosion of clerical propaganda. So I do like that. And yes, they did absorb everything from paganism, so. But it's just really interesting. It's really, really interesting. I'm going to leave off for there. I'm going to leave off right there, you guys. So, now let's see. If I can actually get this. Alright, he concluded. Oops. I'm losing my places everywhere. So yeah. Time for a new journal. because every time I go to write, take notes, I end up writing the entire book down. So it's just, yeah, I don't know how that happens, but it does. It's really good, though. It's really good to actually, absorb that kind of, that knowledge and that inspiration, and it just kind of seeps into your subconsciousness, and you consciously sometimes find it coming out, and what they teach, and when you put that into practice, whatever the practices of the old faith, the old craft, then boom. I like it. I like it a lot. So yeah, I really want to just travel by myself all the way to Cornwall. I want to meet Gemma Gary. I want to just, be engulfed in traditional Cornish craft. And yeah, I don't know, maybe one day. So let's do some coffee talk. Maybe one day. So Ouija sessions, one more Ouija session and a couple more tarot card readings are coming. So it's been a busy weekend. It's been a really good weekend. It's been very busy though, so I'm sorry for the delay. And Sai, your Ouija session. Wow, I did not know your email, when you told me you were going to email me and you did. It's very strange what you said about the session and then what I got from the session. It was very strange, and what happens is it strikes whatever you're channeling, whatever or whatever entity, whatever kind of vibration you're channeling, it actually strikes the central nervous system. So that was not your fault. That was my fault, because she is a very, very powerful being. But as far as I understand everything that you said, so yes, I agree with everything 100% of what you said in your email about her. So in your mind and everything, which I think is amazing. I love what, yes, I love what you've done. I love what has come about. The more you think about something, the more energy you put into it, it's real. I bet you really will do real. You really do, yeah. You create that. So literally, you've created something. It could be a parallel universe coinciding with ours. You're getting glimpses into it. It's just, there's so much. Quantum entanglement, though, that explains why this all works. Why Ouija works, why magic works, why the pendulum, why the cards work. All of it. Quantum entanglement. And it's gonna have to be, for me, it's quantum entanglement for complete, total, blonde idiots. Because I love quantum physics, but I don't understand what I read. I'm like, okay, this is too much for me. I need a professor to explain it to me in stupid blonde terms. Michelle, your reading is coming. I promise you that. Joshua, something, I don't want to butcher your last name. Hey Ryan, I need your help on this situation. What situation? Send me an email, please. Smoky Shake, thank you for the reading today. You are very welcome. You are very, very welcome. Melvin Barrios, I need your help. Email me. Allison Chains, I love that still. Victoria Hades, shout out. S. Sun, hi Sai. How are you? Cindy Miller, hi. Careless, hello. How are you? Tango Mango, Teresa Walker, Miriam, Lisa Oaks, hi guys, Nikki Davis, Medina Ray, hello from India, hi. Skyly Sullivan, hi my love. I miss you. My Shara Harris, my Gustavo, your reading is coming up. Stanley Berg, Lady Witch, hi. Hi. Lindsay Marie, hello. Bubba Timko, hello. John Ortega, hi. How are you guys? Let's see, who else? I wish I could find the comments that I want to read. Nazia Majid, I really hope I said that right. If I didn't, slap me, please. Please, please, please. Sasha Slaughter. Hi. I love you guys. Michael Zozo 2020. Oh god. Anyway, Cole McLaren. Hey you. How's the Toadbone ride coming? Kenneth Vernon. Do you know anything about brown races? Like what? What kind of brown race? What do you mean? I don't see color. When I look at somebody, I don't see their color. I don't see their color at all. If you're asking me about like Hispanic and Spanish heritage, yes, I do. But that's the last thing that's on my mind is what somebody's skin color is. Or what their race is. I don't care. It's yeah, I get along with everybody, so. JJ Horan. Hi. How are you? I hope you're well. Melody Lee. Alright. Oh god, Halloween's coming, so my Zozo videos are going to be... So yeah, make sure you watch the Zozo videos, guys. Especially for Halloween. I don't know if it's still going on. I don't know if Zozo is still a cultural phenomena. I don't care. Whatsoever, but anyways, that's besides the point. So what do you guys think about this though? I like it. I like the whole concept of regional. So I mean, we're in the United States, so yeah, I got a lot to figure out myself. Anyways, alright guys, I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All my love, all the way from Venus, all the way back down. Isn't this amazing? Twisted Twins. I love it. My amazing, darling big sister Kim got this for me. And I can actually fit into an extra large now, and it's kind of snug. But anyways, with that note, I'm going to shut up and go eat. I love you guys. Thanks for all your guys' comments, and I will see you guys tomorrow.